Welcome back to Chop Shop Customs. In today's episode of Do I Know What the Fuck I'm Doing, we find out if I know what the fuck I'm doing. Everything's pretty much installed now. I got the belts on, all the wiring hooked up. The last thing I have to do, like I said, is the coil packs on that side, which is going to be covered like this. And then the coil packs come out the sides. So to get this side on, I had to modify this cover, and I just cut the end off, which is perfectly fine. Is the only purpose this serves is just to cover the coil packs. And this is how much I could cut off of it. That was the only way that I could get that piece on, which from the front you can't even tell. Still looks good. So we're gonna move forward with putting this side on. I don't think I'll have to modify anything on this side. The oil fill, it's all the way back here, kind of inconvenient, but this side also has an oil fill, which is on the front. So I'll take this side off to fill the oil. And the first thing we got to do is remove the old coil, or the coils. These are all 10 millimeter. Just disconnect the harness. Sits in the car this way, but it doesn't matter which coil goes to which plug. They all do the same thing. The only thing that matters is this wiring harness. So you get this hardware and these spacers. And they go on like that. And the spacers allow you to run the wires underneath these coils. Let's get these loosely set into place. And get this out of the way. This fuel line might be in the way, it might not. Dipstick tube might be in the way. We'll see once we get everything put on there. Let's take a piece of tape and wrap it around this front one. Just so we know this is the one that goes towards the front of the engine. So if you get this put on backwards and they're hooked into coil packs for the wrong bank, then it's not gonna be running right. You're gonna have misfires. Once we got that done, we got to take this wiring harness out of this piece. Take this piece off. Probably easier to just take the harness off the bracket first. Now I'm going to pop these plastic tabs off. And we get our harness out of here. So now this is the first one, goes towards the front of the engine. So this one's going to have to run underneath this. We'll just take this one bolt back out. Run the harness under it. Get it plugged in. And take our tape off now. That loosely fitted just in case we need to make any adjustments along the way. Grab our next one and our hard way. I'm going to take this fuel line back off. We've got all these tightened down, and that's how the wiring harness looks. Just runs underneath the coil packs. I will probably never fill the engine with oil through that plug back there. Like I said, this one's on the front, so we'll just use that side. Now we're going to get the case put on here. I'm hoping this side is not going to require any modification. The only thing that might get in the way is the dipstick tube. Yeah, that's definitely in the way. Okay, I'm going to make a modification. I'm just going to cut the bottom notch out of all of these. That way these will just slide straight down instead of having to go down and under and then back up. Having that cover on made it entirely too difficult to put the spark plugs in. So I can put the plugs in with it off and the wires since I cut it off, cut the bottoms of it off so it just slides over that. So I'm going to get the plugs, wires in, and then we'll get that put back on. Just something to keep in mind if you get these valve cover gaskets and decide to go that route with them. All right, I notched all of these out. I took a metal file, took off any sharp edges. This is aluminum, so it files down pretty easy. See if they'll go on there. All right, it's on. Get some bolts put in there. Then we'll get the spark plugs put in and hook up the spark plug wires, see if it causes any more problems. And leave the injectors disconnected for now because I don't want them shooting fuel when I go to prime the motor with oil.